degenerates. You're probably doom scrolling in your dark bedroom, or hiding in your dead fish eyes reflecting off the screen. Sudden topic change, but here's a delusion thread. Take your meds. Stop your typing fingers for a sec and clean. Good news, it turns out I'm best buds with Shohei Ohtani. Alright, listen up, you degenerates. You're probably doom scrolling in your dark bedroom, or hiding in the company toilet right now, aren't you? I don't need to see your face to know. I can see your dead fish eyes reflecting off the screen. Sudden topic change, but here's the bottom line. I was actually friends with Shohei Ohtani. Whoa, hold your horses. I know what you brain-dead normies are typing. Up is capping. Another delusion thread. Take your meds. Stop your typing fingers for a sec and clean the wax out of your ears. Listen up. This is straight-up scientific facts. It's not like I'm receiving radio waves or got a sick eye. It's like a cheat code theory proved by math and social psychology. Today, I'm explaining the 6 degrees of separation, a theory that's absolutely broke. If you know this, even introverted losers like you will realize the delusion. No, the truth ain't that. Wait, am I actually the main character? Your self-esteem is gonna skyrocket, guaranteed. Alright, here's the menu for today. First, a too long, didn't read explanation of what 6 degrees of separation is. Next, a story about a perverted experiment some old guy did back in the day. And finally, the brutal truth about why some random guy you barely know is more useful than your actual best friend. Shaking in your boots yet? Let's get into it. So, what the hell is 6 degrees of separation? Basically, it's this. Every human on this planet is connected if you trace through just 6 acquaintances. You're probably thinking, what the fuck? Right? Like, hold on, there's 8 billion people, right? That's what you're thinking, but it's true. Think about the conveni clerk you know. That clerk senior from their hometown. The factory president that senior works for. The trading company guy that president deals with. That trading guy's college buddy, who is an announcer. And the Shohei Ohtani, an announcer interview. Boom, connected. This ain't a miracle. Theoretically, with an average of just 6 steps, you can get a letter to anyone, whether it's a Brazilian on the other side of the earth or the president in the White House. Crazy, right? The first guy to say this was a Hungarian writer named Carinthi, but the Chad who actually tested it was a psychologist named Stanley Milgram. The experiment this guy did in the 1960s was pretty unhinged and funny. Old man Milgram went to Nebraska. In Japanese terms, that's like the absolute boonies. He handed letters to random residents and said, "Hey, can you get this to a stockbroker living in Massachusetts?" They didn't know the address, never met the guy. Normally, you'd say this is impossible and toss it. But there was a rule. Pass this letter to the person among your acquaintances who seems closest to the target. For example, I don't know stocks, but my cousin is a banker, so he might know. It's a relay. The result? How many people did it take on average? The answer is 5. 2 people. About 6 people. Even fewer than a baseball starting lineup, and you've reached a total stranger. This is also called the small world phenomenon. And yeah, laughing my ass off. The world is too small. Why does this happen? It's because there are hubs in the world. There are NPC-looking guys like you who just go back and forth between home and work. But then there are those super connectors with faces so wide you wonder, why are you everywhere? Just having a few of these guys in the network shrinks the distance instantly. In internet terms, think of the Tokuteya hand, the specific investigation squads. You know, those guys who dox people just by looking at the reflection in their eyes or a sign in the background. They can pull that off because they use these information hubs. With SNS nowadays, that 6 people wall might be even thinner. Alright, this part is important. This is gonna be on the test. You're thinking, so I just need to make more friends, right? But honestly, your usual circle of friends, they're useless. I'm not dissing your friends. But in network theory, people in the same environment as you only have the same info as you. What you don't know, they don't know either. It's just an echo chamber. It's a dead end. What actually has value is weak ties. Like a guy you only see at reunions, a regular you chat with at your local ramen shop, or a follower you sometimes reply to on Twitter. These distant strangers are the bridges to the world outside your bubble. Sociologist Gronavetter called this the strength of weak ties. Absolute unit of a name. So, to you sitting there depressed thinking, it's over for me. I have no best friend. Chill out. Hey, you don't need a soulmate. You need that guy whose name you barely remember from that one drinking party where you just exchanged line contacts. That guy is the key person who can connect you to Shohei Ohtani. Okay? Maybe Ohtani is a stretch, but to a new job, a way to make quick cash, or a new girlfriend. Though even you self-proclaimed loners have the potential to connect with the whole world. You just lack the guts to contact that first person. Well, that's the hardest part though. Gaha! Ha! Time to wrap this up. Basically, the world is way smaller and tighter than you think. Even for degenerates like you, if you trace 5 or 6 people correctly, you're within shouting distance of Elon Musk or Putin. You might feel lonely or like a bottom feeder, but the math counts you as part of the system. You can't run. You're plugged into the world. Thinking about it that way, doesn't it make you want to live another day? No. Whatever. Anyway, next time you get change from a conveni clerk, show some respect in your heart. Think, this guy's a node connecting me to the world. You don't need to change your attitude, just think it. That's the lecture for today. If this made you go what the fuck, for real, smash that subscribe and like button. Your click becomes a hub to send this video to another clueless fool. That's how the world turns. If you don't subscribe, I'll curse you to be stuck in a loop of acquaintances forever, never reaching anyone important. Next time, I'll explain zero risk bias. I'm gonna logically beat down your brains for being scared of failure and making losing choices. Look forward to it. Anyway, I gotta wake up early tomorrow to text Ohtani saying you're hitting too many home runs, bro, so I'm going to sleep. That's a lie, obviously. Alright, dismissed.